मैं निसार हसन खां इस्लामिया इंटर कॉलेज से हूँ। कल मैंने बच्चों आपको कोऑर्डिनेशन कंपाउंड्स के बारे में बताया था थ्रू वीडियो कॉन्फ्रेंसिंग, लेकिन नेटवर्किंग प्रॉब्लम और नॉइज़ की वजह से टॉपिक क्लियर नहीं हुआ आप लोगों को। तो कुछ बच्चों की प्रॉब्लम्स थी और कुछ बच्चे अटेंड नहीं कर पाए थे, उनकी रिक्वेस्ट थी। इसलिए आज मैं इस वीडियो क्लिप के ज़रिए आपको टॉपिक एक्सप्लेन करूँगा। सेम टॉपिक है कोऑर्डिनेशन कंपाउंड्स। ये एनसीईआरटी की इंटरमीडिएट की फर्स्ट बुक का लास्ट चैप्टर है और दिस टॉपिक इज क्वाइट न्यू फॉर यू। इवन कि आपने कोऑर्डिनेशन कंपाउंड्स का शायद अभी तक नाम भी न सुना। इंटरेस्टिंग टॉपिक है। जितने भी टॉपिक्स आप स्टडी करते हैं उन सब की आपके लिए, आपकी सोसाइटी के लिए, आपके वर्ल्ड के लिए इम्पॉर्टेंस होती है। इसीलिए उन टॉपिक्स को आपको पढ़ाया। इसी तरह से जो कोऑर्डिनेशन कंपाउंड्स हैं, दे हैव बायोलॉजिकल इम्पोर्टेंस, दे हैव इंडस्ट्रियल इम्पोर्टेंस। Chlorophyll, you know that chlorophyll is found in plants and the process of photosynthesis by plants is due to this chlorophyll, and this chlorophyll is the coordination compound of magnesium. So how important it is, you can imagine. The second most important one is complex compound hemoglobin, which carries oxygen to all parts of our body. There are so many complex compounds which are used as catalyst. So study of complex compounds is very important. Therefore, you must study with full concentration. See here, the topic is coordination compounds. See here, if we take K2SO4, a simple salt, potassium sulfate, and a simple salt of aluminium in stoichiometric ratios, and mix their saturated solutions, then we will get a addition compound K2SO4, Al2SO4 whole thrice 24H2. This is an addition compound. One more example. If we take potassium cyanide and ferrous cyanide in stoichiometric ratio then we will get a compound K4FeCN6. What is the difference between these two compounds? This compound is formed by adding simple salts in stoichiometric ratios. This compound is also formed by mixing these two salts in stoichiometric ratios, but the compound formed are different in their nature. If this compound, which is potash alum, is dissolved in water, then it will give the taste of potassium ion, the taste of sulfate ion, the taste of aluminium. That is, it will give the taste of simple salts from which it is formed. Now, if this compound is dissolved in water, it will give the taste of potassium ion, but it will not give the taste of either ferrous ion or cyanide ion. It gives the taste of an other ion, which is ferrous cyanide ion. So you see that this compound has given the taste of the simple compounds from which it is formed, but this compound has not given the taste of the compounds from which it is formed. This is the difference between these two compounds. Such compounds like potassium are called double salts. So from here, those salts which give the taste of their constituent salts, that is the salts from which they are formed, are called double salts. So they do not retain their identity in the solution. They lose their identity. But when this compound is dissolved and solution is formed, it gives only the taste of potassium and the taste of ferrocyanide. It does not give the taste of cyanide or ferrous. That is, this compound does not lose its identity. It retains its identity. This compound loses its identity in solution, and this compound retains its identity in solution. So such compounds which retain their identity even in solution, they do not lose their identity, are called complex compounds. So I think you understand well the difference between double salts and complex compounds. So let us now discuss some terms regarding complex compounds. Let us discuss some terms regarding coordination compounds. The terms central metal atom or ion. See the example we have just discussed. K4FeCN6. One more example, copper linked with ammonia, pole 4. So in the first example, there are two metals, potassium and iron. There is a difference. Iron is linked to cyanide through coordination bonds. There are coordinate bonds between iron and cyanide. There are no coordinate bonds between potassium and cyanide. Similarly, here in the second example, there are coordinate bonds between nitrogen and copper. The center metal atom or ion is that one which is coordinated with neutral molecule or ion. कॉम्प्लेक्स कंपाउंड में जो मेटल एटम या आयन किसी न्यूट्रल मॉलिक्यूल या किसी एनायन के साथ कोऑर्डिनेट बॉन्ड बनाता है, दैट वन इज कॉल्ड सेंटर मेटल एटम और आयन. तो इन दीज टू एग्जांपल्स हियर आयरन और फेरस is center metal atom or ion, and in this example copper is center metal atom or ion. So there may be so many examples. Other example, in this example cobalt is center metal atom because nitrogen of ammonia forms coordinate bond with cobalt. So cobalt is center metal ion. Now the second important term regarding coordination compounds is ligands. Ligands. Ligands, very important term. One more example. CO, Cl3, NH3 whole thrice. See this example. In this example, there are two groups, one of chloride and other of ammonia. Chloride forms coordinate bond with cobalt, and nitrogen of ammonia also forms coordinate bond with cobalt. The ion or the neutral molecule which forms coordinate bond with center metal atom or ion is called ligand. So these two together are ligands. The ion or the neutral molecule which forms coordinate bond with central metal atom or ion is called ligand. So in this example, chlorine is ligand, ammonia is ligand. In this example, cyanide is ligand. Now, types of ligands. Number one, monodentate ligands. सी है, यहां देखें, इन दिस एग्जाम्पल nitrogen has two types of atoms, ammonia has two types of atoms, nitrogen and hydrogen, but nitrogen forms coordinate bonds with copper. In this example, chlorine forms coordinate bond with copper and nitrogen of ammonia forms coordinate bond with copper. In all these examples, one atom of iron R group forms coordinate bond with copper. So there is only single donor atom which forms coordinate bond with central metal atom of iron. So these are monodentate ligands. The monodentate ligands are the ligands which have only single atom which provides electron pair for the formation of coordinate bond to central metal atom or iron. So these are cyanide, ammonia and chlorine. These are monodentate ligands. Monodentate ligands are further ionic ligands, neutral ligands, ionic monodentate ligands and neutral monodentate ligands. The examples of ionic monodentate ligands are chloride ion, bromide ion, cyanide ion, hydroxyl ion, etc., etc. And examples of neutral monodentate ligands are water. Oxygen of water donates a pair of electrons to central metal atom, or nitrogen of ammonia forms a coordinate bond with central metal atom of iron. So these are neutral monodentate ligands. Now we come to didentate ligands or bidentate ligands. To note down, didentate or bidentate ligands. See the example. Ethylene diamine. The formula is NH2 CH2 CH2 NH2. Other example, oxalate ion. C single bond C, single bond oxygen, single bond oxygen, double bond O, oxygen, double bond. In these two examples, you see that nitrogen of this amino group and nitrogen of this amino group also have one pair of electron. This is one ligand and it has two donor atoms. It is oxalate ion, one ligand, and it also has two donor atoms. तो ये दोनों दो डोनर एटम्स इसमें हैं. ये दो एटम्स के थ्रू लिंक होता है सेंट्रल मेटल एटम या आयन के साथ, और ये भी इन दो एटम्स के थ्रू लिंक होता है सेंट्रल मेटल एटम या आयन के साथ. तो those ligands which have two donor atoms, that is which are linked through two atoms, are called didentate ligands or bidentate ligands. So these are the examples of didentate or bidentate ligands. Similarly, there are tridentate ligands, tetradentate ligands, pentadentate ligands, hexadentate ligands, and so on. So take the example of hexadentate ligand. EDTA, 4 unit negative charge. Ethylene diamine tetraacetate. This is hexadentate ligand. It has 6 donor atoms, 2 atoms of nitrogen and 4 atoms of oxygen. So because it has 6 donor atoms, therefore it is hexadentate ligand. Edita is an example of hexadentate ligand. So let us see the formula of ethylene diamine tetraacetate, which is hexadentate ligand. Ethylene diamine each nitrogen this nitrogen has 1 pair of electron, this nitrogen has 1 pair of electron. So these 2 nitrogen atoms donate 2 pairs of electrons to central metal atom, and the 4 oxygen atoms from each acetate group donates 1 electron pair to central metal atom or ion. So thus it has 6 donor atoms. That is why it is hexadentate ligands. Ligands which have 2 or more donor atoms, they are also called polydentate ligands. The ligands having 2 or more donor atoms, they are called polydentate ligands. तो ये टॉपिक जितना पढ़ाया है उतना पढ़िए, आगे कल वीडियो देखिएगा, और इसमें जो प्रॉब्लम्स हो वो नंबर है आपके पास व्हाट्सएप, उस पर सेंड कीजिए, उसका जवाब दे दिया जाएगा। ओके, ठीक है।